Hey guys, this is the YouTube version of my show. I don't love the idea of even putting it out like this, but I'm going to use YouTube to stay in touch with you guys from now on. That means this version is missing all the stories about coronavirus, insurrection, your Second Amendment rights, and more. All of these, of course, are usually my most honest, brutal, and important stories. Anyway, you can get the entire unfiltered and uncensored show for free by going to thecomicsgym.com or nickdip.com. It's still free on both of these sites, too. And if you want extra content each day, join at patreon.com or thecomicsgym.com for the daily encore show. Also, while you're on these sites, please make a contribution to keep this show free and check out my tour dates. I'll be in Phoenix, Raleigh, New York, and Texas in the up-and-coming months. Remember, you guys keep thinking it, I'll keep saying it, and please enjoy, and please share today's episode. Talk to you soon. In 2022, nearly everything you see and hear is filtered. Social media companies are deleting ideas they disagree with. The mainstream media is reporting only what fits their agenda, and our so-called leaders are using them both to fight personal battles, oftentimes leveraging your livelihood and safety in the process. Just like you, I've had enough, and that's why I created this show. Here you get unfiltered and unapologetic content. I don't care if I hurt your feelings or if I take a position that isn't popular. I call them like I see them. I'd like to ask you to do two things to keep this show going. First, please share it with two people today. Let's show them what brutal honesty looks and sounds like. And second, please go to nickdip.com and make a contribution so we can keep this show going. Or even better, subscribe at the Comics Gym or on Patreon today and get an extra encore show each day, discounts on merchandise, and more for being a monthly subscriber. Thank you guys so much for watching, sharing, and contributing to the best show around. You guys make it happen. Thanks so much. Oh yeah, welcome to the show, folks. How are you? Final day of the week. Before I forget, no show on Monday. We'll do a best of or something. We'll put something up, but my producer has family obligations in Texas. And anyways, and not a lot of people. It's Martin Luther King Day, so it'll look like I agreed everything he said. Anyways. So, but we'll put something else up, whatever. Anyways, and I'm going to Phoenix, but I'll be back Sunday and, have 6 out. I'm actually glad I could use it. Yeah. Tommy books these gigs, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, I'm in a 3-week run with just like Sunday to myself. And I'm married, so I'm not by myself. It's really horrible. No, I'm just kidding. Honey, relax. Cocaine. All right. In the N-word, I just want to talk about Lori Lightfoot and why I have a problem with people who are, well, I shouldn't say that. I mean, this doesn't go for everybody, but don't elect black lesbian to any political office in the United States. Why? Because nobody has more issues with this country than a lesbian. Nick, don't paint with a broad, but don't fucking tell me. Lori Lightfoot is the most unhappy, dour person on the earth. She met with a guy who owns a high-end car dealership. He was a victim of a smash and grab. So they met about that. She storms out of the meeting mad. That's what kind of mayor she is, because he wanted to know what she's going to do about it. About a day or two later, he gets visited by Consumer Affairs, Business Affairs and Consumer Protection Agency of Chicago, cited with 6 sightings for, big things like employees not wearing a mask and them having alcohol on the premises. That's the level they work at. She's an unhappy person. Nick, what's that got to do with her being... I'm just saying, she doesn't see the world the way 98% of the country sees it. And I don't even think she got elected. I think she got appointed. That's all I'm going to say about that. We'll talk about that and other shit on the show. Let's do it.
Well, we're waiting.
Don't rush me. It's the end of the goddamn week. Hey, let me read this now. This is what I meant to do this. Real quick. Not that Joe Rogan needs help getting a message out. But this is about Rogan and just days after joining the grift operation Getter, G-E-T-T-R, Joe Rogan slammed the platform this week, calling it a fugazi. I wonder if he used the actual Italian. And was questioning live on his show about how to leave the platform. As I mentioned earlier this week, this is from a guy that runs Gab. Former CNN contributor Jason Miller's Chinese billionaire-funded Getter is falsely claiming to be a free speech platform and an alternative to big tech, but nothing could be further from the truth. Getter not only depends on Amazon's AWS for hosting along with Apple and Google app stores for distribution, but the app is also tracking users for Facebook and Google, according to a bombshell report from Talk Liberation Investigates. As I have written in the past, I have no problem with competition. Competition is great and encourages our team to work harder to provide the best product on the market. What I do have a problem with is grifters, hypocrites, and liars. I have a problem with foreign billionaires, they would be Chinese, trying to astroturf Christians and conservatives into a big tech honeypot. I know many good, decent people will be signing up for Getter at the behest of the talking heads they trust on Fox News and elsewhere. I think they deserve to know exactly what they are getting into. Some key findings from the report. Numerous trackers from Facebook, Google, and other third parties are embedded in Getter web and smartphone apps. App permissions facilitate the surveillance of a wide variety of information about Getter users, including fine-grained behavior and location data. This data is then used to profile users and shared with third parties. Getom, a previous version of Getter app that targeted Chinese language audiences, is still published in Google Play and effectively provides a backdoor to Getter. Users can log on and interact on Getter network via the Getom app, bypassing updates on the newer application. Content on Getter, such as news, is loaded directly from external sources, opening connections between Getter users to dozens of domains. This introduces serious privacy and security risks. Some of this content is delivered via unencrypted HTTP, further jeopardizing users. Getter infrastructure is hosted by cloud vendors such as Amazon, AWS, and company email accounts hosted by Google. So, real quick. And here's what they're doing already. Getter is already banning American First patriots for no reason. Getter is shadow banning reporters who ask why. Getter is banning certain words they do not like. Getter is using artificial intelligence to ban hate speech, just like Facebook and Twitter does. Getter banned a black conservative for using a word they didn't like in his account bio. Another fake in the alternative technology space is Rumble. We're on Rumble. Rumble positions themselves as free speech YouTube alternative. Conservative talking heads from Fox News have been pushing it for the past year, and earlier this summer, President Trump joined the platform. On the day the president joined, the platform Rumble updated their terms of service to ban hate speech on the day he signed up. Anyways, I could go on, but the point is, they know guys like us, people, Trump fans, like they said, conservatives, you're being duped by atheist Chinese businesses through platforms like this. And Jason Miller on the right, by the way, he actually had worked for Trump at some point. So anyways, I'm glad Rogan reaches about 100 trillion people. That's actually a worthy message. So don't fall for that shit. I fell for Gab, and I guess we heard shit about Gab. Having restraints on language, but at least they notify me about this. I'm just trying to get my voice out there, folks. But I'm not on Getter. Not because I thought it was bad. I couldn't find it. No. I fucking, whatever. I got to do what I got to do. So you guys can fucking hear me. But don't fall for it. If you're the type of people that live on these things for your news, and I don't. I read Bazooka Joe in the morning when I'm on the toilet. And boy, do I laugh. All right, let's get to the real stories. Ted has had enough. Teddy Cruz got pissed. Let's just show the video, and you'll. It's kind of refreshing.
By the way, on the question of hypocrisy, you just asked, you people at the podium are speaking without masks. Just once, I'd like to see a reporter say to Joe Biden when he stands at the damn podium in the White House without a mask, Mr. President, why aren't you wearing a mask? Just once, I'd like to see you say to Jen Psaki, the White House press secretary,
what's with that hair doing?
She stands at the podium with no mask. Miss Psaki, why don't you have a mask? The questions are only directed at one side, and I gotta say, the American people see the hypocrisy.
Thank you all.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore.
It really is true. Remember they questioned him about his mask a year ago, or when it first broke? And he had a good answer from then. And it really is. They're so ensconced in that bubble in D.C., the journalists and shit. They can't see the forest through the fucking trees, or the bush through the shrub, or the major labia through the minor. Wear a mask. Why don't you have a mask on when you... What a fucking...
That's faggot stuff. You want to call it by its name, that's strictly for fags.
Ted just should have said...
But could I grab this microphone and I'd beat your brains out with it, because that's what she deserves. That's what she deserves.
Fucking hypocrite. You people, you fucking people. I love Ross Perot. He's dead now, but he said that first in front of a black crowd. You people. Oh, man, that was another phrase we had to ban. What do you mean by you people? He's like, you know what I mean. Blacker than an NBA All-Star game up in this motherfucker. Anyhow, so good for Ted. I think Ted might be trying to make amends for last week's blooper. Anyhow, ha. Let's stay in D.C. with Ted. This guy, Ted Cruz, I trust as being a Republican. This fucking thing's it's not charging. This won't be here by the end of the show, maybe. Mitch McConnell. It's hard to do him when I get a goatee, because you can see I have a chin. Anyways, top Republican, and to me, one of the biggest reasons we're in the shitter we are, this two-faced McConnell who can play both sides. He is a killer politician. Bill Clinton's got nothing on this chinless motherfucker. But he plays both sides of the aisle and pretends to be a staunch Republican. Anyway, top Senator Mitch McConnell attacked Joe Biden pushing for a voting rights bill, underscoring the difficulty the Democrats face attempting to steer legislation through the Congress with a narrow majority. Look, does he look like a fucking leader? Don't women look for a strong jaw in a guy? Look at this fucking guy. He's got a clit under his chin. Ugh. The U.S. president has called for his party to jettison the Senate's longstanding filibuster. They want to change the rules in the middle of the game. And Obama stuck his 2 cents in, linking it filibuster to Jim Crow. Shut the fuck up. You're the reason we have such racial tension. It was actually getting better. There's proof of it before shithead Obama came along. Even cops will tell you that. Anyways, so Mitch has a problem with them trying to get rid of the filibuster, which requires 60 of the 100 senators to agree to advance most legislation, a move that McConnell said would irreparably damage the chamber.
You are correct, sir.
Yeah, finally got right. I mean, it's been 500 years.
The president's rant, this is Chinless talking. The president's rant yesterday was incoherent, incorrect, and beneath his office, which he's right on. McConnell said on the Senate floor on Wednesday, referring to Biden's speech in Atlanta the day before, in which he appealed for voting rights legislations and called Republicans cowardly for not supporting it. McConnell accused the president of giving a deliberately divisive speech. That's all he does. He ran on being a unifier, this cocksucker. They thought Trump divided the... Are you fucking shitting me? I hope Trump runs again just to prove how stupid you people were 4 years ago. Deliberately, not you people, you're my fans, you think like me. The one jerk that you're going to make watch this at gunpoint, your cousin Frank. Excuse me. Look at Mitch. That's him getting a blowjob.
And angry.
That's him. No, that's him happy. That's him get. Look at. That's more effective than the frown emoji. You got no chin and no teeth. Ugh. But you know what? Gotta be one savvy politician to last that fucking long. But he's a perfect example why we need term limits. 3 weeks you get, and then you're up. Anyways, a deliberately divisive speech that was designed to pull our country further apart. Could it get any further? Fucking more.
Who gives a fuck what you think?
Anyways, but it is unbelievable. It was. I watched 2 minutes of Biden. I can't even stomach it. He really, I gotta believe he's out of his mind. When he goes to bed, he probably sleeps like a baby because he didn't remember what he said. But you're a racist, a bigot. Basically, you're worse than Jefferson Davis if you don't fucking agree with this. They can't name one person. These black people, they took polls who want voter ID included. And brown people, because it's insulting to them. They're too stupid to get a picture. Need a cigarette. I love doing comedy, folks. Don't get me wrong, but I am one restless motherfucker. How'd you like me sitting next to me on a 5-hour flight? Last time I flew, I forgot to bring a book. I'm looking at Tupperware on that in-flight magazine.
So that's why you had all that Tupperware when I came over.
Exactly. Fucking ordered it when I hit the ground. What a nightmare. I just hate it. It's uncomfortable. It's worse than ever. America, I'm not telling you guys anything you don't know, but it really is the only industry that hasn't evolved the cunt hair in 100 years, or whatever years we've been flying. The seats are do you know I'm not kidding you, on American Airlines, they made it tighter. It's tighter. I'm only 5'9.5" in my knees. I can't imagine being 6 foot or 6'3". Never have a hot broad sit next to me that I can give the stink eye. That did happen. A girl and her boyfriend, I even offered, I said, you want to switch seats? And they said, no, we're good. He sat behind us, and she was in the middle seat. I was on the aisle seat. About an hour into the flight, it was night, they shut the radio, I think, from Vegas. She's fucking got her head on my shoulder like we've been dating for 3 years. I got to be honest with you, I kind of liked it. I felt like I was helping somebody out. Yeah, I was going to give her a peck on the cheek. If I was some creep from Pakistan, I would have grabbed her tits. That always happens. And I mean, she slept for like 2.5 hours. And then she woke up, she goes, oh my God, I'm sorry. No, you're not. You did it on purpose. You saw that I had a tank top on, and I had guns, and I had my female body inspector t-shirt. You like that shit. Anyways, hey, we got a new segment on the show. Did we do it last week? We didn't even do voicemail. Please tell me, or don't tell me, that the show's so small that we didn't get anybody to leave a voicemail. Guys, this is your chance to pipe in. Anyways, voicemail segment. So we got some, one of my fans wanted to ask me a question, and here it is.
Hey, Nick, when you got a chance, you're not selling Coke to kids.
Yep.
What do you think about the Robert E. Lee statue being melted down and used as a George Floyd monument in New York City?
What do I think about the melting down a what statue?
Robert E. Lee.
Robert E. Lee. He was the quarterback for the Jets, right? No. What do you think I think about it? I think it's great because I think Robert E. Lee was a racist and George Floyd was just minding his business. He's just a nice black guy who does porn and sticks a knife to a pregnant lady's stomach. And Robert E. Lee, I think he didn't like the coloreds. So I think it's terrific. You know what I think about it. I think they ought to melt it down and then throw that hot lava in fucking whoever's face. Blasio's gone. Get his wife. I don't give a fuck. They should be building Robert E. Lee statues. Is what the right never fucking fights back. They just don't do anything proactive. That's how I know they're full of shit. Although I did see a senator last night, on Tucker Carlson, from, was it the great state of Kansas? I don't know. But he was a bald guy, no nonsense. And he said, we should start legislating, getting rid of all the financial aid, NAACP, affirmative action's basically gone. But he was implying getting rid of all those programs. That's the first time anybody's had the balls to say that. And he's right on, because it's not 1958 like the Democrats are telling you it is. Yet you keep believing it, people on the left. Anyways, I'm back on the road this weekend, if you don't know. This Friday and Saturday, I'll be at the CB Live Club in Phoenix, Arizona. And then on Thursday, January 27th, I'll be doing this show, the podcast. I have no idea how. Dallas and Tommy will figure it out. Live in Raleigh, North Carolina at Good Nights. Get a ticket to be in the audience. This could be fun, or a nightmare, but it'll still be fun. Nothing's funnier than when I'm caught in a situation that sucks. I also want to take a second to remind you guys to join as monthly subscribers on thecomicsgym.com or patreon.com. You'll get the daily encore episode. That's an extra story, access to the voicemail line like you just heard, and perks like that. So please do that. Sign up on a monthly basis. That'll give us a foundation to keep us going until one of these new platforms comes after me. I'm telling you, it's like whack-a-mole. What do we got next?
This is CNN, the most trusted name in news.
Smoker's laugh. CNN ratings, get this. This is such good news, it made me had. CNN's ratings took a nosedive by a massive, not 40%. Not even, if you said 25, you'd be like, ooh, not 50%. How about 90%? 90%. That means I'm getting more people, I bet. 90%. And you know what? Once again, we all predicted this. Once Trump would leave, we were saying it on the right, they're going to crash and burn. Who said it first? Donald Trump. They need me. They need me. They're going to fold up when I get out of here. You better hope I... 90%. It makes me fucking horny hearing that. 90%, both overall and in the all-important demographic coveted by advertisers in the first week of the new year. Congratulations, CNN. Here's Jeff Zucker still at the helm. How is that possible? Nothing good has happened to that network. Jeff Zucker, the Jeff Zucker-led cable news network averaged, get this, just 548,000 viewers during the week on an average. Gutfeld gets like 2 million or something. Literally. Week of January 3rd, a major drop from the nearly 2.7 million viewers for the same week in 2021, according to Nielsen's rate. You're doing a good job, Zucker. There he is on the phone, texting Hunter, saying, listen, I got a rock at the Four Seasons. The year ago ratings were jolted by the left-leaning network's coverage of the attack. This is how many stupid people are still out there watching it, which resulted in CNN having its most watched day since Ted Turner launched the news outlet in 1980. That made me upset. There's that many of you dumb fucks, you lefties, you Democrats. Yeah, it's that easy. People go, it's not a left-right thing. Yeah, it is. You're fucking ignorant. But on the one-year anniversary of the viewers flipped over to CNN's right-wing rival, on the one hand, Fox News, which topped the ratings coverage for the event. CNN has been plagued by, now these are the reasons they've given, and I'll disagree with these too. It doesn't help, but I think people are finally coming around. CNN's been plagued by a cascade of high-profile scandals, most notably the firing of its primetime star, Chris Cuomo, after the anchor was found to be secretly aiding the defense of his embattled older brother. Governor Andrew Cuomo, former, for sexual harassment allegations that resulted in him resigning. CNN's longtime boss, Zucker, was slammed last month over the network's low ratings by who? Who slammed him? What, did Ted Turner? He's dead, ain't he? And dealings over scandals concerning network stars Cuomo and Don.
Please give me cup.
Lemon. Here's Lemon right there going, I just got to come back from the men's room. I went to take a dump. It was all blood. I don't know what I did last night, but it couldn't be good. Lemon, the host of the 10 p.m. show that followed Cuomo before he was fired, faced his own ethics scandal. The primetime anchor was criticized for covering Jussie Smollett's trial after the Empire actor testified in court that the host informed him via text message that Chicago police did not believe he was the victim of a racist, homophobic attack. You are disgusting, Donnie.
I suck cock.
Oh, you do more than that.
And I love it. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Lemon is also being sued by Hampton's bartender who claims the anchor, who is gay, rubbed his own genitals, who hasn't done this, then shoved his fingers in the guy's face in 2018. The guy's still on a ventilator. They said, what did it smell like? He said, it was a combination of balls, sweat, ass, and Ajax. What? Lemon has denied the bartender's allegations. According to Nielsen, CNN has struggled to grab viewers during prime time between 8 and 11 p.m. Listen to this, recording an 83% year-over drop. It had 4.2 million total primetime viewers during the first week of last year. And get this, over 4.2 mil down to 705,000. Can we say it's over? Seriously, can they fold up shop? You can't survive on that. What advertisers are going to go there? Oh, that's right. You know what? This isn't a profit-making thing anyways. This is a propaganda arm for the government. What was I thinking? During the first week of the during the first week of the year, CNN recorded a year-over-year decline of 80% of its total audience. I was trying to tell Joe Rogan this 4 years ago when I went on his show. And he was telling me how Trump was such a fucking liar, blah, blah, blah. And he started quoting CNN, how many times Trump had lied, NBC, and now he's coming around. We want him on our side. Guy's got he's got the most powerful, I mean, he would crush Johnny Carson in the 70s. It's also 89% of its primetime viewers among its key demographic it lost, and 91% of viewers ages 18 to 49, which is the demographic everybody wants. So what's left? And if they survive, it proves we're right. It's just a propaganda tool. The other thing is they make a ton of money online. They have like the most successful website because it's all about clicks. That's where they make their real money. This is the TV, the network is like an advertisement. People go online and click and read their horseshit. Hey, guess what? CNN did not respond to requests for comment. Really? I don't believe it.
This is CNN.
No more.
Trusted name in news.
And I'll say it again, a very clever line that only I could come up with. You know it's a corrupt network when the guy that's the voice of the network is Darth Vader. People have heard that done a fucking 1,000 times after I said it, naturally. I should get royalties for, I hear my shit all the time. Well, how do you know you said it first? Very easy. I used to put it up on Twitter so you actually have the date and when you said it. And then you could scour backwards and see that nobody ever said it. That's how back to the show. Who cares? An Arizona woman, hope she doesn't come to my show. I'll kick her right in her big, filthy mitt. Arizona woman, get this, accused, you know what? I'm going to invite her to the show. CB Live, Friday and Saturday night in Phoenix, lady, who I'm going to read about. Arizona, you'll love me. You'll love my comedy. It's right up your alley. By alley, I mean giant cheese-filled ass crack. An Arizona woman has accused Delta Airlines of discrimination after she was unable to buy a Gender X ticket for her non-binary child due to the company's booking tools. If I'm working for them and she comes up and gets mad at me, I'll be like,
Shut your fucking mouth!
That's how you treat her. Don Henry, D-A-W-N, there you go. I said to Dallas when he showed me this pictures when we were going over the show beforehand, I said, if you read this story to me and asked me to sketch this woman, I would have done that. That's what would have come up. A fucking ugly, sort of manly looking, now we know why the kid's a he-she, fucking Gilligan hat wearing. Look at her. Her face, her aura just says, I'm offended by anything I disagree with. Please come to my show at CB Live. I want to tee up your head like I'm an NFL kicker trying to make a 65-yarder into the wind. Don Henry, who has a cock, 52, slammed Delta in lengthy series of, wow, really got a lot to do with your life, huh? In tweets last week saying she wanted to buy her 21-year-old a surprise ticket for Christmas when she discovered the carrier only provides male or female options. You know why that is? That's all the options there really are in life. How about this? New rule. You got to pull your pants down and show us what you got down. You have to do it in the terminal in front of everybody before they're boarding. But her child identifies as a billy goat and / cactus. What? No, but her child identifies as neither exclusively male nor female. Is this how I can get early boarding and I'm not shitting? Can I go up and go, you know what, I identify as a veteran who's missing both legs. Can I board early? And has an X marker on their birth certificate in Washington to say driver's license, of course, because you live in the shittiest state. Delta is discriminating against # non-binary individuals and not allowing them to fly. Again, in her world, every other person's non-binary. Despite legal ID issued by states that allow X on birth certificates and state-issued IDs, Henry said in the first 19 tweets. Wow, you're really busy, huh? This thread is the ongoing saga of me trying to purchase a ticket for my non-binary adult child, she added.
Oh, poor you.
The mother noted that the TSA requires that the boarding pass reservation match your state-issued ID. TSA accepts X as a gender marker on state IDs. The problem isn't with TSA. The problem is the airlines. At Delta, at Alaska Air, Henry continued. The at Delta supervisor got short with me and said, sorry, that's the policy. I said, are you telling me you aren't allowing my non-binary #LGBTQ kid who has a perfectly legal state-issued ID to fly? She said. She said, no, I'm not saying that. It's just the policy. I love it. Henry wrote, she said she told the staffer that the policy is discriminatory. Wah! Wah! She said, talking loudly over me, that is not discriminatory. It's just their policy. I said, then the policy is discriminatory. I was upset by this point. Not yelling, just super frustrated. She points out that she wasn't yelling. Do you understand how better she thinks she is than the rest of us? Do you get that? Do you understand she watches CNN? She votes for people like Biden and Hillary Clinton. Do you understand this cancer is the problem? Gilligan's hat. I'll fucking drill you with a coconut. Nope. Little buddy. And the Delta supervisor was clearly not going to help in any form and was shouting over me. So I hung up. And I picked up this dildo I carved out of redwood, stuck it. My gender identity is protected under the Civil Rights Act. How is Delta's disparate treatment in refusing to issue a ticket with a correct TSA required legal #non-binary gender marker legal? Henry asked.
That's a sick question. You're a sick fuck, and I'm not that sick that I'm going to answer it.
Oh, boy, that should have been the answer from the supervisor. What a small world you live in, Miss Henry. Again, come see me at CB Live. And bring your kid. Guarantee I'll get along with the kid and hate your guts. Ay, ay, ay. The person was just following policy. She makes it sound like millions and millions of transgender. Is that what the kid was? Non-binary. Oh, non-binary. I'm sorry, totally different. Boy, I'm confusing my terms. meaning she doesn't identify as a boy. Yeah, again, pull your pants down. If I can suck it or finger it, we'll make the decision. I solved the problem. Good night, everybody. If I can suck it or lick it, would have been funny. Nick, that's horrible. Remind me to write that one down. That'll get him. Using the internet. This is one of our best sponsors, by the way. Using the internet without ExpressVPN is like leaving your keys in your car while you run into the gas station for a snack. That's where I snack all the time. Most of the time, you're probably fine. But what if you come back to see someone driving off with your car? Every time you connect to an unencrypted network at coffee shops, hotels, airports, any hacker on the same network can gain access to your personal data. It doesn't take much technological knowledge to hack someone. A 12-year-old could do it. Encryption creates a secure encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet. Hackers can't steal your sensitive data or data. That's why I use ExpressVPN. When I'm using ExpressVPN, I know I'm getting the best protection available. It's like having a guard dog with me online. And if you're a listener of mine, you're no dummy. You're not just handing your personal info out to anyone who passes you on the street. So why would you do it online? It'd take a hacker with a supercomputer about 1 billion years to get past ExpressVPN's encryption. It's easy to use. Fire up the app, click on one button to get protected, and works on all devices, phones, laptops, tablets, and more, so you can stay secure on the go. Secure online data today by visiting vpn.com/nickdip. That's EXPRESS VPN.com/nickdip, and you get an extra 3 months free. ExpressVPN.com/nickdip. And it really works, and it's really easy. Thanks for sponsoring the show. Usually I'm in such a great mood. On Thursday, it's over. And the other thing that's making me sick, my flight's at like 9, which means I should be there at 8. I'm very anal with getting there, and which means I got to get. But if I was living in New York and I had to go from Westchester to LaGuardia, and you don't know what you're going to hit, I can't believe I did it all those years. Anyways, once I'm out to Arizona, I'll be fine, folks. It just hangs over me. And I hear a lot of other people saying it when they know they have to fly, they get a pit in their stomach for 2 days. That's how I feel. And here's the other thing. I'm not worried about the plane going down, but maybe I am. I had a great line, and Rich Voss, my buddy, very funny comic, he's been around forever, Rich Voss. I think it was Tough Crowd. We were sitting around, he goes, read an article, he says, if you're like a professional singer, a professional comedian, you're like 10 times more likely to die in a plane crash. And I said, well, you're fine. He said, why? I said, they said professional, right? I tell you, we laughed at it. But here's what I always think. Real quick, I'm digressing here, but you know the saying, you can't win them all? You've heard that, right? You can't win them all. When you land on every time you land after you take off a flight and you land at your destination, that's a win. This is how my mind thinks. And I've been flying for 30 years now. And I keep hearing that voice, you can't win them all. Jeez, I hope I'm not jinxing myself. Let's get to some blacks. What? Blacks. Blacks. That's one of my favorite Louis C.K. bits. This guy goes, this kid I know this guy's real racist, but he goes, he can't help it. He grew up on a farm. He doesn't know any better. He goes, what was it, a racist farm? Sheep are going, blacks, blacks. The cows are going, Jews, Jews. Shocking video shows a smack. Why is it shocking, first of all? We show one every other day we could, and it's the same people doing it, if you know what I mean. Shocking video, nothing shocking about it. Shows video, a smash and grab gang using hammers to take over a California shopping center, allegedly swiping around $100,000 of jewelry after threatening customers and the staff.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
Could be brown too, because this is in California. Could be, Could be a gang of, whatever. The footage shows the gang of 9 suddenly swarming La Placita Tropicana shopping center in San Jose, I'm guessing it's Hispanic, with hammers already in their hands. Let's take a look at these fucking idiots.
The latest one happened yesterday at Credit Jewelers in San Jose. That's in the La Placita Tropicana shopping center. Investigators say 10 people, which you see right there, forced their way into the store, smashed the cases, they're carrying hammers there, stole jewelry, and then just exited the building.
Looks like Black Friday at Walmart.
Is very different from a standard smash and grab
Listen
or
to this.
what we've seen recently with retail mall thefts. These individuals actually forced their way into the store, and by saying takeover robbery, they demanded everybody to get on the ground.
So it's much different. This is a takeover robbery, not a smash. You stupid shit. You stupid fucker. He's focusing on, this is different. How's it different? Because they told employees to get on. It's all organized. Is it less or more dangerous? What are you talking about, Steve Apart? You guys are done in California. Customers and staff were terrified as the gang screamed at them to get on the ground, even though there's no ground in a store, there's a floor. One of the owners told the Mercury News, the footage from January 3 shows the gang spreading out and smashing glass displays while others run around throwing jewelry into bags, completely ignoring a female staffer who runs out and appears to try to stop them. Yeah, she made a hell of an effort. Then she flees, because she's smart, chased by staffers carrying 2 of the dropped hammers just 30 seconds after they'd first stormed in. So there's this woman, look at her, poor woman working in there. The San Jose Police Department expressed alarm at the no pun intended, at the increased threat level compared to the smash and grab raids that sparked panic across the state late last year. I don't understand the point. Do you? Any robbery, I don't care if it's all dangerous. There had been no arrests as of Monday. You know why that is, folks? They have no intention on arrest. This is basically reparations. Other California raids have seen up to 90 people, 90, storming the stores at once. Maybe I get one of these kids to be my marketing guy for my show. They can get 90 people to show up in 3 minutes. Police chiefs have blamed progressive bail reforms for emboldening the criminals, of course.
Nothing to see here. Please disperse. Nothing to see here. Please.
Final story? Final story for the week, ladies and gentlemen. Grammy is high. This is a good one. A South Dakota mother accidentally served her son's pot brownies to other senior citizens during a card game at a community center last week. According to the authorities, that's a good one. That would be fun watching the people and then, hey, Millie, you feel funny? God damn, I don't know. I feel hazy and lazy. I'm going to go lay on that floor they just put bleach on and take a nap and shit my pants. Michael Caranda, a 46-year-old elementary school teacher, was arrested the next day and charged with possession of a controlled substance. Listen how this happened. There he is, Joe Rogan wannabe. On the evening of January 4th, the Bonham County Sheriff's Office started receiving calls about possible poisonings, according to an arrest affidavit obtained by Fox News Digital. An investigation into the incident led me to believe that the patients were all under the influence of THC. I came in, one of them was playing guitar, the other one, 3 sitting around Indian style, from a batch of brownies that were brought to the community center. A responding deputy wrote in the affidavit, Bonham County Sheriff Mark Maggs went to Caranda's home the next day and spoke with the man's mother, who confirmed that she had taken her son's brownies to the card game. The sheriff then went to the elementary school where Caranda teaches and asked him about the edibles, and of course he said, I don't know nothing about that. Caranda reportedly told the sheriff that he had brought 1 pound of butter infused. He bought 1 pound of butter. That's the butter. That's what my butter looks like when I leave it out. I still eat it. He bought 1 pound of butter infused with THC. I'm going to stick that in my turkey next year. The main mind-altering ingredient in marijuana. He brought it back from Colorado. Caranda said he used a half a pound of the THC butter to make the pan of brownies and then went to bed, and his mother unknowingly took the brownies to the card game where several people ingested them. That's what the ref asked. But anyways, all people ate the brownies and when. Bon appetit. Nighty night, Grampy.
Delicious.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sounds like. Now there's a couple of questions here. I'd be pissed if I'm the son going. First of all, why'd you take my fucking brownies? Either that or he's lying. He made the brownies, and he just wanted to get a kick out. People work at that level. I'm sorry. Hey, what if I put these out here? I know she'll take them. Then I'll show up at the bingo game with fucking magic mushrooms.
Clean the place up.
Yeah, clean the place up. Exactly. Anyways, it turns out 3 old people wrote 2 #1 songs. Anyhow, so I thought that was fun. But why are you taking the kids' brownies, Ma? She's like, I'm his mother, for Christ's sake. I used to wipe his ass. I could have everything I want. Well, okay. Do you know he was a junkie? That happened to me once. I took a plate of lemon squares. My mother had laced with meth for I don't know why. She had a problem, I guess. I got to go. It's late. Before I go for the week, you guys who contribute are the lifeblood of the Nick DiPaolo Show. I want to thank the following people for contributing this week to the show. Michael Lombardi of New York. Freighter Slaves. Get it? Freighter Slaves. Georgia. Michael Wood, Oklahoma. Ibrahim Shojari, Texas. Vito Pontarelli, South Dakota. Robert McCabe, Delaware. Tim Hershey of Ohio. Trey Parsons, California. Paul Sagnella, our buddy in Connecticut. John Kim, California. Our buddy Sean Powell in Florida. Kit Fortney in Michigan. What do they hang out together? Those Joseph M. Razzuti, Massachusetts. Jeffrey Dupuis, New Hampshire. Byron Hill, Washington. Ed Midgley of Rhode Island. Michael Nardo of Florida. Marcel Meyer, Michigan. Stacy Ambrusta, Minnesota. Charles Chaffin, Kansas. Joe Lulich, Washington. And I also want to thank our new monthly contributors who will get the extra show, access to the 800 number, and more perks. Adam Moore from Australia, James Garland, Terry Hughes, Richard Smith, Jake Gordis, Dan Reblego, Alligator with an opioid addiction, and Alan Stepkin. Thank you guys so much for signing up at the monthly level. We appreciate it. That's it for the week, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget thecomicsgym.com. Sign up, please, for the monthly subscription. It's the best entertainment. It breaks down to like 12 cents. You could have sponsored 14 Pakistanis starving to death, or those kids in Nigeria sitting around a bowl of mush with flies all over their dick. Thecomicsgym.com, nickdip.com, and cameo.com. Did one yesterday, got one waiting, where I can roast a friend or relative of yours. Go to cameo.com, and it'll be explained to you. That's it. You guys think it. I will say it. You're very welcome. Don't forget, Monday, no show. Again, we'll put something up, I believe. We'll be back on Tuesday. Until then, I hope to see you out in Phoenix. Have a good weekend if I don't. Bye.